Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. This is going to be a no communications reading for those dealing with the sign of Leo. Well, I can't say hi, Leo, because this is technically not designed for Leo, but I will say hi to Leo because I'm sure you guys are cross-watching for yourselves. It's kind of a weird, bizarre thing, but here we are. Welcome to my channel, whoever you are. If you're a returning viewer, if you're a Leo, if you're a cross-watcher for a Leo, if you've been with me from the start, if this is your first time viewing my channel, I want to welcome you here. Like it says on the title, like I just announced here in the top of the video, this is for those who are not communicating at this moment with a Leo. I did this series a few months back. It had a pretty good response. I brought it back now. I've been led to bring it back now. And I'm actually been led to change things around. I don't even really recall what I did back then. I just know it was a different format. But we're going to try something different here. So again, if you are watching this, it would be ideal if you are not a Leo, but you're wanting to kind of connect with a Leo, or you're interested in what a Leo might want to say to you, or you know what's going on here, you know. And when I say no communication, I absolutely mean it. No text, no calls, no email, no skywriting, you know, no picking up the phone, no stopping by the job, absolutely no contact with a Leo. If that is your situation, this is the perfect reading for you. Now, like I said, I did do this reading like several months ago, back in 2019. But since then, I've been guided to kind of revamp it, go a little bit more loose on the structure. So what you're going to see here is we're going to do messages from Leo to you, viewer, whoever you are. You could be a Pisces, you could be an Aries, you could be a Sagittarius. It really doesn't matter. So we're going to start with that. There will be an oracle card, one from Leo to you and one from you to Leo, but I don't know which one just yet. So the first half is going to be what Leo would say to the person watching if they had a chance to speak, if they picked up the phone, if they stopped by and got to have a face-to-face conversation with you, if you initiated conversation with them. Like, what is it that Leo would want to say to you regarding why you're not in communication, or what's happening in the meantime of why you guys are not speaking to each other? That's what you're going to see in the first half. The second half, which is kind of redundant, but plays out for the very, very likely chance that Leos will watch this video, it's going to be what the viewer, whoever they may be, whatever sign they are, would want to say to Leo if there was a break in the silence, okay? So first thing we need to determine is which oracle deck that we have at the top here is actually going to be the message from Leo to you, viewer. Again, I don't know who you are. I'm just going to have to keep saying you or the viewer. Hopefully it doesn't get too confusing. But let's see. Which deck, please, from Leo to the viewer? Easy, Earth deck. Actually, Earth Magic deck, by the way. So, oracle message from Leo to the viewer. If there was communication going on between these two. Oh, also, guys, you know, like, share, subscribe, comment. Again, my name is Jay. If this is your first time seeing me, anything that you need, it's in the description box. If you want to get a personal reading, all that's down there. I think I'm going to change some things up around there, but we'll see. We'll see. There might be some official changes down there, but not in this video. Also, there will be a timestamp, so just so I can get to the actual start of the reading, because, you know, I'm a considerate tarot reader. I put my own timestamps. All right, Leo to the viewer. What's the message? Show me. And this is like the, you know, the first video I'm doing with like this new format. So this is like a totally, you know, this is like a guinea pig stage. And it's so funny. If you're not a first time viewer, you already know this. I'm a Leo myself. And I asked my guides, actually I didn't, well, I did. I asked my guides and then I rolled a dice and Leo came up first. And I was like, perfect. Perfect. I would experiment with my own sign on how to, on this new video format. Now, message coming from Leo to you, viewer, from the oracle deck is lightning, power. There's a lot of energy behind whatever Leo is going through or whatever they're feeling right now. They might feel very stormy. You see the lightning there. You see the, again with this camera and the damn focus. You see the storm, the crazy sea. It's windy. It's howling. The lightning is very prominent. So Leo might have a lot of anger. Leo might have a lot of anxiety. Yeah, okay. Anxiety or stress. But more than anything, I think power, like the card says, is more to the point of what Leo is dealing with right now. Leo might feel very powerful. Leo might be having issues with their power, which is a little bit more direct, a little bit on the nose. You know, maybe you're not in communication because they don't have power at their house. I don't know how in this modern world you still can't get in touch with someone just because their power went out, but maybe that kind of, like, I can't get off of this. They're like, power, power, and they keep showing me like a fuse box. So maybe literally you were supposed to contact a Leo, or something was supposed to happen with a Leo, but the power went out and that caused you guys to like fall out of communication. It's very specific. Anyway, I'm not going to read the whole thing from the book because I don't want these videos to be super long, aka that never happens in an empathic fire reading, but I'm going to give you a little bit of what the book says, okay? We see power all around us. It's in the mountains, meadows, and clouds. In fact, in every expression of nature. Yet there isn't anything more dramatic. There isn't a more dramatic display of nature's power than lightning. It electrifies and splits the atmosphere such that when the heated air comes rushing together, we hear thunder and applause of the gods. We naturally excuse me. So let me go ahead and skip to the real reading, or excuse me, the real, I guess, interpretation of the card. The power is available to you, the force of life itself. It's neutral. It is neither inherently good nor bad. It is how you utilize it that will determine whether it is ultimately harmful or life-giving or congruent with the will of spirit that pulses through you. What is required is awareness of your intention, your values, your willingness to act on them under the particular circumstances of your inquiry. Although you may see yourself as using the power for good, do not allow yourself to get caught up in the duality of good or bad in determining your decisions or actions. Through prayer or ceremony, you can tap into this spiritual force by paying close attention to Spirit's prompting. Your choice will ultimately be revealed to you, one that is beyond your typical perspective. From there, you can continue to access this divine power that is the very force driving the universe. Okay, so Leo is off doing whatever they're doing, making making moves, and their intention might be good, but in reality, it might be bad. That's kind of what that felt like. And that really is more up to some kind of divine understanding or some kind of divine influence. So that's a little interesting. But I think in general, I feel more that Leo has some intense energy coming from them. Maybe they're intently focused on something. They're involved in a particular project, perhaps. Their focus and their energy is elsewhere. Or they have a lot of energy that they want to put towards this situation with you, viewer. But I don't know. We're going to see now more with the tarot. And again, guys, you know, if you like this, cool. If you don't like it, that's not ideal. But if you want to leave a comment, share the video, comment, subscribe, like it, that's cool. Let's see what Leo would want to say to the viewer. Let's get some messages out for that. And then again, in the later half, we're going to see what you would want to say to Leo, because guaranteed, you see a video with like your name on it, essentially. Oh, I'm a Leo. I'm going to click on that. You're obviously going to click on it, even though it's not intended for you. So I like to appease those people as well. My fellow Leos who are going to see their name, go through an egotistical, you know, a strike of ego and be like, oh, it's for me. It's not really for you. Messages from Leo to the viewer. Yeah, last one. Thank you. All right, let's see what comes out for you guys, okay? Oh, wow. 3 all in one? All right, so starting off, you got the King of Swords, Justice, and the 8 of Cups. All right, so what Leo would say to you, viewer, is there's like some desire, or, you know, there has been a hitch with justice, a hitch with something karmically, you know, and I think that Leo has tried their best. It feels like Leo has tried to really communicate this to you, Leo has tried to get you to understand, viewer, that something karmically is unfolding in their life or in the situation that involves the pair of you. but this feels as if it kind of went nowhere, because as much as this King of Swords looks like he's ready to do battle, or looks like he's able to get the job done, he's also very stationary. I mean, most kings are, you know, when you look at tarot, most are not in action, but I get this feeling that this King of Swords energy is very stuck. King of Swords also air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius viewer. You don't have to be. Justice card, again, that's 2 for Libra, so that major arcana belongs to Libra. But there is this situation, or, thank you. Could be also that some Leos are having to lawyer up. You know, a lot of times the King or Queen of Swords can be lawyers, or someone in public speaking, or someone who has an expertise in communication. So again, lawyers, especially when paired with justice, right? So there's something about, there may have been a need for Leo to step away. Something is wrapped up with them professionally, or something is wrapped up with them in the court of law, and that is why you're not talking. Maybe they're under a gag order for some reason. That's quite possible. But whatever's going on, these two together, I think that Leo, again, kind of going back to the Oracle card at the top, Leo has a lot of energy, or has a lot of feistiness to them, because the King of Swords is a very strong communicator, is someone who is able to articulate their point of view, and they're able to communicate very clearly what they think, what they feel, right? Even though they're not always, you know, the first person to jump up and say, I would like to speak. When it comes time to say their piece, the King of Swords is usually very capable. But I feel that Justice has slapped that, like slapped a piece of duct tape over the mouth of the King of Swords, and is like, no, you don't get to speak right now. You have to be quiet. So Leo, unfortunately, is quiet right now because of things outside of their control, right? Now, the Eight of Cups right next to it, that indicates that Leo doesn't like this. Eight of Cups is about emotional dissatisfaction. Leo hates to be out of their own control. Leo absolutely abhors this. And actually, more to the point, it's making Leo quite sad, viewer. Leo is super sad that their effort to speak, or their desire to speak, is being shifted or shafted or completely shut down. Again, this issue with power. Oh, right, with a tropical storm, just to bring that back, some of you might have a Leo who's away in a location like this, where maybe, yeah, it's hard to get communication out. Maybe, like, you know, phone towers are down. Maybe there's, you know, local power is down. I know up here in the States, there's still the issue with Puerto Rico. A lot of families in Puerto Rico still don't have power after that hurricane, from like over a year ago, or whatever it is. So maybe you have some connection to that. And there is just this desire and thrust within Leo to get it done, to reach out, to open these lines of communication, but they're just not able to, and they're really upset about it. So they want you to know their intention is there, their desire is there, but the powers that be, justice, the weather, for God's sakes, just won't allow it to happen. What else does Leo want to say to the viewer regarding them not being in communication? Again, Leo's very redundant right now. I want to talk. Eight of Wands. Give me more. What else does Leo want to say? Ay, ay, ay. So think about having decks for a long time. They get like a certain groove to them, and I want it to be in that groove, but sometimes it doesn't shuffle that way. There it is. Thank you. So they want to talk, and they want to tell you. Ooh, they want to tell you something. Eight of Wands and the Star card, major arcana star, associated with Aquarius. A lot of air sign here, okay? So again, King of Swords, air sign. Justice card, air sign. Aquarius, air sign. A lot of desire to talk is coming from Leo. Leo wants to speak. In terms of the star, there is this deep connection that Leo might want to talk about, or something very ephemeral or ethereal, something very spiritual, more to the point, something very spiritual with this with the Star card. Some of them might be in this realm of mysticism, or you might be, viewer, you might be someone who is deep into yoga or meditation, or you might be a tarot reader yourself, or you might be someone in this metaphysical space. But I feel as though, you know, Leo is interested in getting to the bottom of things and wanting, yes, thank you, getting to the bottom of things and really making sure that things between you and them are patched up. If I'm honest, this feels like a communication breakdown that's been a couple of weeks, couple of months. I don't feel that this is years and years and years of not talking to a Leo. I think that this is just, you know, like I said, a few weeks or a few months of not talking to a Leo. With this star energy, it's a desire to move past any bullshit. It's a desire to move past any type of setbacks, any type of prevention, right? And there's just this to overcome, after in the tarot, the card that precedes the star card is the tower card. And in the tower card, whether that's on your side or their side, I don't know, particularly viewer, but this is like, okay, now that that has happened, and the tower can be anything. It could be an incredible loss, it could be an incredible tragedy, or it could be a small inconvenience. But whatever it is, Leo is like not even concentrated on that. If you can see, the bulk of what I've talked about has been Eight of Wands, the Star, King of Swords, and the Justice card. Talked a little bit about that emotional disappointment, but I think Leo wants to move past all of that. Maybe ignorantly, maybe arrogantly. There might be, because the star is really concentrated on brighter things, better days ahead, healing from the past, getting over some type of falling out. There also is this realization, thank you, here we go. Yes, ownership of the issue, ownership of the problem. If Leo has anything to own up to, if Leo owes you an apology, I feel that Leo would give it to you. If you owe Leo apologies, they might not demand it, but they might hope that you would offer it. But this is like a very like peace offering, like, just like square one, clean slate kind of energy. The star isn't necessarily about rebirth, but in the traditional tarot, what you'll see is a woman who's naked by a body of water. Nakedness in tarot equals vulnerability. Now, this is, this deck, they're all skeletons, so, I mean, that's a deep form of nakedness down to the bone, right? So I do get the sense that Leo is just like, vulnerability, I'm open to it. And they want, per very Leo fashion, they want to get on with it. If we're going to make up, if we're going to be in contact again, if I need to say sorry to you, I'm willing to say it 100 times, or I want to say it to you as soon as I can. So it's like that could be that. It could be down to this disconnection of power, or as soon as the connection is reinstated, Leo is going to come guns blazing. I'm sorry. I got caught up, and then there was a huge storm. The power lines went down, and I'm very sorry. I'm back, right? Anything else that Leo wants to say? Because I don't need to clarify anything. Everything here is coming through clearly. Is there anything else that Leo wants to say? Let's find out. We'll do one more round, and then we'll move on to anything you might want to say after that. What does Leo want to say to the viewer? Any other messages? Any other messages? Any other messages from Leo to the viewer? 2. Yep. All right. A different layer of it. 4 of Swords and the Queen of Cups. This time apart has given Leo plenty of time to reflect. I feel that this time apart, maybe some Leos are feeling punished. This 4 of Swords, again, more Swords energy. Actually, come on. The artwork here is very interesting. It's like one person is nailing shut that coffin, so it could be, you blocked Leo. That's quite possible, viewer, that some of you have blocked Leo, and Leo had no choice but to sit down, shut up, and take it, which I think I mentioned in a reading for Leo in January, or I don't know, and it might not have been Leo, I can't really remember, but it feels as though Leo may have felt punished in this time of not communicating. And I think that they're taking it. They realize they have nothing to do, because the 4 of Swords, no matter whether it's, forced upon us or we volunteer for this experience, the 4 of Swords is really putting you on your ass. It's putting you out on the sidelines. You can't do anything. In the traditional tarot, someone is lying on a sarcophagus, I guess is what it's called, or a slab or whatever, and they're not moving, they're just lying still. You can't do anything but lie still inside of a coffin, right? And when you're there, you are given time to reflect, you're given time to really consider what has happened. And that was kind of mentioned. I'm not going to go back to it, you'd have to go back to the top to replay it, but there was something in that book talking about the lightning card, that mentioned like having intention or not really knowing what the divine has or something like that. So that could be happening with Leo, that they're reflecting right now and they're having a new understanding. They're having an epiphany, perhaps, in some cases. Maybe the epiphany strikes like lightning, huh? Now, last part of Leo's message to you, viewer, is basically, I think they would say, I love you. If they don't say, I love you, they would say, I definitely care so much about you. Queen of Cups, water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You guys could be water signs, but you don't have to be. Leo has a great affinity for you, whoever you are. That is undeniable. I mean, look at what this Queen of Hearts is doing. She is offering her heart up, thrusting it out towards us and saying, here's my heart. So a lot of you might come into a love confession from Leo if the communication is opened up again. And if it's not a love confession, and don't take love confession to mean purely romantic. There are all types of love. You can love your friends, you love your family, don't you? You know, so it's like if you are estranged siblings, if you're estranged best friends, or if you're estranged coworkers, or whatever it is, you know, this Leo can come back and tell you how much they appreciate you. This Leo, whoever is connecting with this energy or whoever this resonates with, this Leo has no bones about showing their affection towards you if you allow them. Or if it's not you, to go way back to the start, it is something to do with karma or justice or the powers that be. Karmic justice, that's a whole concept that I'm still exploring and trying to understand. And if it's not karmic justice, it would be something absolutely legal or some type of technicality, some type of, like I said, like a gag order, maybe an NDA. Or, you know, if they are on trial, what can you do? If they, you know, if your Leo is being sent up, okay, and they can't come and talk to you because they're sitting in jail pending their court date, then that makes a lot of sense. But when they see you in court, it's going to be, baby, I love you, you know, as they're walking away in handcuffs. I don't mean to joke, but that could literally be somebody's situation out here. Your Leo wants to reach out to you to tell you that they want to make amends, but they're about to be locked up. Maybe. All right, let's clear the deck. Hopefully I remember all those cards. Part of the reason I do the readings I do is I usually leave the cards out because I have a bad short-term memory sometimes, my friends. But let's go ahead and clear that. Clear the deck real quick. Ooh, that was easy. Boom, they're like done. Now, hi Leo, or viewer who's sticking around to see what you might want to say to Leo. Let's go ahead and get this half of the reading. It's, again, I'm redoing this. I don't know, my guys were just like, do that, but be more free with it. And I was like, more free? What does that mean? Messages from the viewer to Leo in this deck, please. But last time I did these, it was a lot more structured. I think I did oracle cards, but I did them at the end. And I was like, okay, I'll do the oracles in the beginning. I'll do shuffling live on camera because I don't usually do that unless it's in private. Because, you know, people's time is precious, huh? Anyway, messages from the viewer to Leo. Last one. Thank you. All right, and let's see what you guys want to say to Leo. Messages from the viewer to Leo. What is their message? From the viewer to Leo. If they were talking and in communication right now, what would they want to say to Leos in this oracle message? What would they want to say to Leo? Stop? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I won't cry for you. Yikes. Is that right? Yeah, okay. I won't cry for you. Well, I mean, she's crying. So maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that's a bit of stubbornness. I'm not sure. Let's see. She's crying and she's crying blood. By the way, this is the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. It's very dark. So apologies if you don't like seeing images like this. And card 22, that might, you know, that might be a synchronistic number for some of you. I won't cry for you. I'm getting this idea that in some cases, it feels like you've cried a lot for Leo already and you don't want to do it anymore. This is like giving me sort of attaching to that storyline that I picked up at the end, where maybe Leo is leaving your life in a indefinite type of way, going away to prison, possibly leaving the country, moving to a tropical island, and you guys, you know, excuse me, shout out to Boise. Maybe you guys are from Boise, Idaho, and Leo is just like, I'm gonna go live in the Caribbean for the rest of my life, and you're like, but what about me? So there's this, because she's offering like this droplet of blood there, and the streams of blood are coming from her eyes. So maybe some of you are crying to the point where your eyes are bloodshot, or you get like a bloody nose or something like that. But it feels like this is a energy of someone being absolutely done. Like, I don't want to give any more to this painful situation, or I don't want to give any more when I'm not going to be, I don't want to say thanked, appreciated. That's the word. Thank you. Appreciated. So let's see what the book has to say. Sometimes when it's over, closure must be created, not just found. Ooh. I gave you my last gift. I shed my last tear for you. It's time not to let you... It's a time... Whoa, God. It's a time not to let you free, but to let myself free. Breaking up can only be done by two persons. One will do it earlier, maybe, but sooner or later the other will follow. One can afford to do it with words and actions. The other probably will only be able to do inside their own heart. It's painful, it's definite, it's hard. It's sometimes necessary. Breaking up is not just letting go of a person. You are letting go of a part of yourself, of hopes and dreams and trust. You let go of feelings and memories. You let go of the emptiness you felt and the connection you relied onto. That is sure. Relied onto? Okay. Anger will help at the beginning, but the last part of the road can't be done just by anger. Closure comes when you dry up your tears. It is a gorgeous moment when you allow yourself to, frankly, don't give a damn about it. All that was past is not a credit or debt. It is just suddenly no more than a gift. You can you can raise your chin. After all, tomorrow is another day. All right, that's a little on the nose. So, viewer, you're done with Leo. You're breaking up with them. You've cutting them out of your life completely. All right, let's see. Messages from the viewer to Leo. If they were in communication, what would this viewer like to say to Leos regarding the situation between them? Messages from the viewer to Leo. What would they like to say? That's a heavy hitter, man. What would the viewer like to say to Leo? Last one, thank you. Crick in my neck? Again with that shit? My God. Messages from viewer to Leo. What would they like to say? Three of Wands, future oriented. Ah, come on. Viewer, don't be like that. Just say what you want to say. There you go. And two more. Interesting. Oh, well, a little bit of a mirror there, because here's Eight of Cups again. So, and I laid it out that way. Is that correct? Or is it separate? Might be separate. Oh, it's like this. Okay. All right. So, first out is the Three of Wands. So, viewer to Leo. Future oriented, but not knowing how to get there. You know, Three of Wands is a card of planning for the future, plotting the way, and sort of also not even planning and plotting. It's sort of like the initial steps. Like if this was like, how do you go about going on a vacation? This would be the first step. What is the first step? Or like if you're leaving your house on vacation, the first step is to pack your bags, right? So this is like that energy of I'm packing my bags, or I'm getting the practical things in order. I'm starting to take actual physical action in the real world. Actual physical action. Yes, that's what I said. Actual physical action in the world. That gets me going down a certain road, or gets me going, moving in a certain direction. I feel you, viewer, would tell Leo, I'm making moves, and there is a single skeleton of a bird. So there is like this self-interest. The moves that I'm making are beneficial to me primarily. And that's not selfish. That's just innately a part of the Three of Wands. You know, in most depictions I've ever seen, there's usually only one person, and they are considering what is best for their life, what is best for their journey, what is best for their goals. Yeah. And that's no different. So viewer, you would tell Leo, listen, I have goals, I have dreams, and there are things I want to accomplish, but I have to focus on what works best for me. And that can tie into that energy of, you know, this is a little bit of a breakup. Now, pardon me, sort of a curveball. You've got this Two of Cups. Oh, yes, I think I said that somewhere. You've got this Two of Cups and this Eight of Cups energy together. Okay, they're making me do math, but at least it's easy math. 2 + 8 is 10. 10 of Cups, if you're familiar with tarot, is a very auspicious and very powerful energy, or excuse me, very positive energy. However, this is separated. This is not the 10 of Cups. This is the 2 and the 8 of Cups. So you would tell Leo, listen, what we have is something very special. 2 of Cups. It's very connected. I mean, you see these two skeletons, you know, I got my hand on your heart, reaching up into your rib cage. You're pouring your thoughts and your ideas into my head. Like, this is a deep connected. Okay, thank you. Some of you are deeply connected in a psychic, spiritual way with this Leo. You guys are definitely in the ethereal together, like different, like 5D connection. Okay, you guys have this very symbiotic relationship. You guys have a connection, and it's beyond romantic, but if it's romantic, that works for you, perfect. If it's friends, perfect. Because the Two of Cups often in tarot is considered a soulmate card, and some of you are soulmates. But if you've been with my channel for a while, I will tell you, well, you already know, but if you're new, I will tell you, soulmates do not always equal, oh, lovey-dovey, cutesy-wootsy, No, a lot of times soulmates are very difficult energies to deal with. You can be connected, you can have a deep spiritual psychic thing together, but if there's something going on in either of your situations or in both of your situations, if you guys have particular physiological or biological makeups, if you have different life experiences or different sentiments and different sensibilities or different beliefs, it doesn't matter. So that's why I'm like, yeah, on a psychic, spiritual level, you guys are kicking it. But here in the real world, something is off and it's not really working, or it would be very difficult to make it work. Thank you. That's more the point. It would be very difficult to make it work. And this person, you viewer, you recognize that. I almost said it, but I'm going to see, and I stopped myself. Some of you would say, I love you too, Leo, but something about this connection makes you sad, makes it hard for you. Could be because the communication isn't there, you are sad. Could be the distance between you makes you sad. Or, going back to the Three of Wands, the plans that you're making for yourself, viewer, don't include Leo in some type of way. Or to, you know, it's something about the separation is necessary. The lack of communication is necessary, and that makes you sad. It's you know, I gotta tell you, if I'm honest, viewer, it feels like you're sad about both things. You're sad about going your separate way and doing things that work best for your situation, that are going to further yourself down your own path, that serve your own goals. And you're also sad that you have this connection with Leo, which is amazing, which is beautiful. And, you know, there's something about you can't have both, because to reconnect with Leo, to communicate with Leo, to work with Leo, to live with Leo, to love them, to do whatever with them would negate this. And then to do this means you can't have Leo. I feel that's sort of what's going on here, but maybe I'm wrong. It's a general, by the way. I mean, you didn't order this. It's not your name on it. So please keep in mind that this is a general. I'm not going to take that because I wasn't really thinking about anything, but give me more. And I don't even know what that was. I think it was the Queen of Wands. So fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Anyway, let's see more from what the viewer would want to say to Leo if lines of communication were to open up. What would the viewer want to say to Leo if the lines of communication were to open up? Give me more. Chunky at the end there. Chunky. They always get chunky at the end. you. Okay, there. I remember the star was out. That's the tower. One more. Thank you. Yeah, buddy. Okay. I don't know what this is. I don't want to presume anything, but somebody's home life is blown the fuck up. Point blank, period. Ooh, I said that recently somewhere too. Point blank, period. The Tower card, right next to the Four of Wands, viewer, whatever your home life is, your stability, your foundation, could be your job. Maybe some of you have been fired. Maybe some of you have been laid off, or maybe some of you have quit out of the blue. I don't know what it is, but there is a rattling, if not a complete destruction, a rattling at least, of your home life, your stability, your security, your foundations. Could be, even though there's no pentacles here, it could involve money, just to be fair, because, you know, the Four of Wands right next to the Tower indicates something about how we find stability and how we set up a foundation. And often in this life, we use money or material gains, material possessions to help us with that, right? So it could be some of you, you know, bust a tire on your car and now you can't, you know, travel it the way that you want or something like that. I don't know. But in terms of this being related to why you and Leo are not communicating, something on your end, viewer, is completely getting rattled, obliterated. Yes. The rattling is really for, you know, those where you know it's not a big deal, or the impact isn't so big, or it's like I said when I was talking about the star card on Leo's message, the Tower can come in inconvenient ways, like a flat tire, right? Let me tell you, the bulk of what's going on your end, Leo, what you would tell to Leo, viewer, is my shit is going down. Okay, the Tower card, secondary major arcana Tower for Aries. So some of you could be dealing with an Aries, but you don't have to be, or some of you are Aries, but you don't have to be. Destruction, or in this case, a kerfuffle. Like if you look at the artwork of this card, and I keep forgetting to Google who the artist is that this card is mimicking, but this is a shit show. You can't make heads or tails of this. The perspective and making sense of what you're looking at is a little difficult, right? And you get the impression of the skull in the top, but it's actually like windows in a building, and the stairs are going this way and that way and all that stuff. So there's a lot of confusion. If not some type of rattling or dismantling, there is at least confusion over a home situation that you're dealing with. And that could be what yes, that's the upgrade. Or, excuse me, not the upgrade, but that's like the next in line, the 3 and the 4. Those are connected. So you're making plans, viewer. This is what they would tell you, Leo, is that they're making plans, or they're having to concentrate intently on a home situation, or a situation that revolves around their stability, right? And you and them, or your connection, when how you guys intertwine, that's all well and good, but all this over here is not, it's not conducive. It's not conducive to what they're going through right now, to what they're dealing with. It's very disturbing, because it's this, yes, thank you. It feels as though viewer, or Leo, I guess, it feels as though the viewer, whatever, I think you guys are getting, whoever this is, it feels as though this person, they're being pulled in 1,000 different directions. Like, again, the stairs in this card going every which way. You know, that's not how stairs work in the real world. You know, you could only see this shit in like either artwork like this or a movie like Harry Potter, you know what I mean? But this person is having to juggle so much, or they're confused, they don't know which way to go. Viewer, you know that your head is not in the game here. Not in the game in terms of you and Leo. Your head is elsewhere. Let's clarify the Tower. What is the Tower actually dealing with? No. What is the Tower dealing with? What is the Tower actually pertaining to? Yeah, and like people are standing in all different types of directions here. That's the other thing. Just before, because I happen to put my eyes down here. There are tiny little skeleton figurines all in this card. Hopefully you'll be, yes, there you go. There's a ton of people in here. And again, Four of Wands indicates something about a home situation or stability, foundation. So this person, whoever is the viewer here, you got a lot of people that you're having to negotiate with, that you're having to deal with. If this goes back to possibly if you are tied into Leo's legal situation, this could be talks with judges and lawyers and witnesses and all kinds of crazy shit, yeah? But give me more. What's the Tower about? Why is the Tower here? Clarification on the Tower, please. Oh, God. 3. Oh, after this, we're definitely going to wrap this up. All right. We got 8 of Pentacles, work, Queen of Pentacles, and the 6 of Cups. All right. All right. So, 8 of Pentacles, traditionally card of work. So this could be workplace drama. This could be, you know, like I said, this is the only row that came up with Pentacles. But I did say the 4 of Wands could signal to something to do with your finances. So there could be shakeups at work. There could be hirings and firings or all kinds of litigation going on there. Just things being crazy in the workplace. Maybe. We'll come back to that. The Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They could be significant here. Climbing the ladder, ascension. So there's for some of you, there's drama. Leo, you need to understand that on this person's side, there could be drama in their workplace, some of them, and it's a kerfuffle. And this person is possibly caught in the middle with the 6 of Cups, having to try and balance things, you know, as this character is trying to hold on to these cups. You know, having to find balance or having to play the middle ground or something like that. There is a lot of drama. Give me more, because I wanna be able to understand what the Tower is about clearly. Okay. Okay. Finances are being divided or attacked, or something about finances are a main point of contention. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. There's like something about the financial obligations of the viewer, Leo, of the person you've sat here and wanted to listen to or listen about, right? Financially speaking, this person is in a pickle. This person is in a bind. This person might be working a lot with the 8 of Pentacles, right? This person might, you know, do well for themselves. You know, they're able to take care of themselves financially. But I feel as though there is this energy that takes from that or has demands on that. And again, going back to this issue of the Tower plus the 4 of Wands, it could, thank you. Oh, yes. Okay. Put these back in the order that they were so I can kind of get with it. So it could be, Leo, that you don't speak with this person or they're not speaking with you, whatever the reason you guys aren't in communication. That has not come through super clearly, or rather it's going to be different in all of your cases. But it could be that this person works very hard to support themselves, to support their lifestyle, their family, whatever it is, right? And they do a good job of that. But there is this particular give, yes, there's a service, a giving, a taking care of, a protection of this Queen of Pentacles, which is very strange. The Queen of Pentacles usually is able to take care of themselves, you know, is a master of the Pentacles. But I'm feeling that this Queen of Pentacles is like a mother figure, possibly an older mom or an older relative, and I'm saying mostly mother figure because it is queen. It could be a male technically, because this again is still general, but there is someone who's older or who should be capable. I mean, look at her. She's about to climb this ladder, right? Should be capable. However, there is a giving to, a protection of, or a caretaking going on with that person. 6 of Cups. In the traditional Rider-Waite, you will see in the 6 of Cups, or not even that, just any traditional depiction of the 6 of Cups, you will see an older child handing a cup to a smaller child. In this depiction, you see someone trying to keep balance of these 6 cups. So there's this thing of, I think you, viewer, are having to take care of, or you are defaulting to the whims and wills of someone else, or the needs, and you have responsibility. Thank you. That's what it is, because the Queen of Pentacles is a responsible card. You, viewer, you could be the Queen of Pentacles. So there's this idea of financial responsibilities pertaining to the home or some type of foundation. It's hard to keep a balance of that, but that is the priority here. And anything else is a distraction. Anything else is a fanciful dream. It's not practical. And so what I see here in total is someone who's about their business, and they're very responsible, they're very dutiful, and they're very loyal, but they're actually heartbroken because, damn, heartbroken? Heartbroken? Okay, heartbroken. You know, which is interesting because, again, there's this energy of I won't cry for you, and it's talking about a breakup. And maybe that's what's happened here. You know, maybe some of you, I mean, I don't know your ages, I don't know your story, but maybe some of you really connected in a romantic level, or in a romantic way, or you connected as really good friends. But for whatever reason, Leo has their hangups and you've got your situation at home, and things just haven't, you know, been able to gel correctly. So it's like in another life kind of, going back to what I said earlier regarding the Two of Cups and the Eight of Cups, how in another life, if not another life, another dimension, if you believe in that stuff. If you don't, you know, you skip this part and don't rag on it. But there is this idea of different planes of existence, fourth dimension, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, right? In another dimension, in another life, things would be jazzy. Things would be amazing. But here on Earth, in this moment right now, between the two of you, it's not gelling. And that leaves this person over here heartbroken. Recalling what Leo was going through, Leo was very determined, but, you know, it's out of their hands. What can they do? And there was that thing there about karmic justice on Leo's side, right? So, wow. I don't want to do any intersecting. Well, do I? Let's gather these together. Because, you know, I really just came on here, like I said at the start, this is like a guinea pig video. I changed it up. This is an experiment. I'm not sure if it'll stay this way, but maybe we'll do that. Let's see a connecting energy. One connecting energy between the viewer and Leo. What's the connecting energy? Anything that we can get that there's a common energy between these two. What's the connecting energy between Leo and the viewer? Those who are not in communication with Leo right now, what's the connection between them? What's the connecting energy? Let's see one card, please. All the way to the ground. All the way to the ground. All the way over here. And I got it. A now. Cool, guys. Ace of Wands. So, I mean, that is kind of what I think you had, what you might have again if the lines of communication were to open up at some time in the future. Who knows when? You know, nothing came out here, or I was not compelled to talk in times of time in the future. I really felt, again, this has been weeks or months of no communication. When and where will it start again? I don't know. But if it does, you could end up with the Ace of Wands. So there's this powerful spark between the two of you. There is this ignition between the two of you. You probably both have very intense feelings for each other or emotions towards each other. You might have great ideas in terms of wands. This could speak of creative endeavors, right? So you guys might be artists, musicians together, and you know, and that would absolutely, you know, on both sides feel really crappy that, you know, no offense to anybody's, you know, family or duties and obligations as a member of a family or a group, but it feels as though because of either side's prior engagements or responsibilities, again, as like, you know, a dutiful daughter or son, or, you know, you have obligations to your your immediate family, if you're married, whatever it is, it feels as though all of that aside, when you two come together, there's like this creative magic that exists between you, especially if you're artists or if this is a love relationship. There's just like this thing that happens, and it's like, you know, fire to a flame, or fire to a flame. What's spark to a flame? What is that? Oil to a flame? Whatever. I I don't have that phrasing down. It is still Mercury retrograde, but there's something that exists between you that says when you get together, either in the past or in the future, or when you're in the 5D, whatever it is, it's just an amazing, fruitful, lively connection. You both grow together. Like if you look at the colors of the card, it's very drab and dreary in the background, and the closer you get to the forefront of the card towards this, red skull and the flowers and whatnot, it becomes very vibrant. So you might bring out the vibrancy in each other. You might be very stimulating to each other. You might stimulate each other's senses, like again, creative ideas. It's just a very good connection when it's on. And if it's on in the future, it'll go back to that. When you did have it, it was like that. Will you have it again? No clue. All right, guys, that is the reading for those who are not in communication with Leo. Leo, if you're here, thanks for sticking around. Viewer, if you're still here, thank you very much. If you like this video, my friends, there's a like button down below. Hit it for me. If you want to leave a comment, let me know how this reading resonated in your life. Go ahead and do that for me. Feel free to share it. Feel free to subscribe, do all that fun stuff. No communications readings. They're kind of when I feel them and when I'm led to. And so I don't know when I would do this particular reading again, but if you are a returning viewer or you're somebody who you think you want to stick around, I'll be back soon doing monthly readings for March and then mid-monthlies. I'm thinking of doing a live event. I'm going to work out the details on that. And if you happen to be a Pisces, I definitely will go live sometime in the middle of March to celebrate your guys' birthday season. So be on the lookout for that, okay? All right. I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Take care. Bye.